My career has been cross-cultural consulting and training. What that means is I help Group A understand and work with Group B and vice versa so they can do their work effectively together. So the purposes of this short talk, Group A is you, the viewer, and Group B would be the Hispanic population in the United States. I'm going to review a tool just quickly that will help you understand and segment the Hispanic Latino population in the U.S. into 5 groups. The first group are the first-generation immigrants. We call those the traditionals. They're characterized by their identity being back home, the old country, and not having all the competencies to be able to be successful and get ahead in the U.S. They might not even speak English. So that's a lifelong journey for them. But their children are second generation. Those are people that are born here. They're American citizens by birth. They're bilingual. They learn English. They're getting more educated. They're also bicultural, so they can relate to their parents' generation. They can also relate to just about any American on the street. The third generation is what we call the assimilateds. These would be people who have been here generations. They're fully Americanized now. They may not even speak the native language of their home country, of their parents or their grandparents. And just a footnote here, this is the story of the United States. This is the story of this country, again, by generations. Whether your ancestors came from Germany or China or somewhere else, this is what happens in this country by generations. People become Americans. That's a great thing. That's to be celebrated. But that leaves us 2 more groups. The acculturateds are those who have learned to make it in the U.S. They've learned English, they've gotten better educations, they're participating in the economy, but they've chosen by a conscious decision to hold on to their heritage. For example, my children, we wanted them to learn Spanish, so they are fully bilingual to this day. And they're 3rd, 4th generation. Finally, we have the group that we call the marginalized. These are the people who fall through the cracks. These are people who have A, not learned how to get ahead in the U.S., and B, they've lost the connection with that home country of their parents and grandparents. This is where our at-risk youth are. This is where kids drop out of high school because their parents prefer them to work and earn money. This is where kids join street gangs. This is where drug use and teenage pregnancy come in. This is where transgenerational poverty occurs, because these people have either not been able to or not been helped in learning how to get ahead. That's the tool. Those are the 5 segments. Let's take this for a moment and think about public policy, politics, and the direction of our country for the future. Where do we want the country to go? Who among these groups votes? And how do we engage those voters? So very quickly, that first generation, they're likely not U.S. citizens. Here's a tip. If people need Spanish, they probably can't vote. The rest of these groups are eligible to be voters. That doesn't mean they always vote. Let's think about this, center right and center left. You see, if you're going to engage and win voters to your side, you need to do your due diligence. And this chart is part of that. It helps you at least drill down and begin to understand the nuances of different Hispanics in our marketplace. Essentially, the more educated people are and the more income they earn, they are more informed voters. These people are going to vote center right and right. The opposite is also true. In our marginalized group, in our transitional group, these people are going to vote center left or left. I hope this helps you begin to think about the tool and about how you can better understand the Hispanic market, the Latino voter, and be more specific and informed in your engagement and outreach.